Hello, and welcome to this InfoAssist Plus primer on how to create dynamic groups for your charts, reports, and visualizations, and categorize existing fields into more useful groups. Create a dynamic group to show a specific result, highlight a trend, or provide insight through a specific view of your data. For example, this pie chart might be easier to read if it were broken up by region. By grouping your data into useful categories, it becomes more manageable, better organized, and ultimately, more useful. Dynamic groups can only be created for non-numeric dimension fields. To create a dynamic group field, right-click the field in the data or query pane with the values that you want to group, and select Create Group. This option is also available in the Field tab when you select a field in the query pane. Enter a name for the field that you are creating, which will identify the new field in the data pane or query pane. You can hold down the Control key while clicking to select multiple values that you want to group. But if you're dealing with a lot of values, it may be easier to create the group first, and then search for values to add to it, and then select that group from the Add To menu. The group will be named based on the order you selected values for it. You can rename the group by clicking its name and selecting Rename. You can remove values from a group by clicking Ungroup, or break up all groups by clicking Ungroup All if the groups are not being used in the chart. Once you're done, you can drag the dynamic group from the data pane into the appropriate field container of your content. If you applied dynamic grouping to a field in the query pane, the new field replaces the original field. You can change the title that appears in the report column title or chart legend by right-clicking the dynamic group in the query pane and clicking Change Title. You can also make changes to the dynamic group by selecting Edit Group. When you run your content, you will see your data in the more useful form of your dynamic grouping. Learn more using the resources in our Information Center.